The Blue Balloon. This story was shared on the Paranormal Encounter subreddit. And what really makes it chilling is how much detail and context comes with it. The person who posted it said he used to work at a party store, the kind of place filled with balloons, decorations, and supplies for celebrations. According to him, there had always been quiet rumors among the staff that the store was off. Over the years, he'd had a few strange experiences himself, little things that made him pause, but nothing he could ever prove. Until one morning, he and another employee came in early for a shift to take care of some pre-orders before opening. It was quiet, calm, just the hum of the building waking up. As he sat down at his computer to get started, he noticed something odd. A single blue balloon was sitting under his desk. It struck him as strange. Balloons didn't usually just end up there. Still, he brushed it off, assuming maybe the closing manager had accidentally left it behind the night before. Not wanting it in his way, he picked it up, walked into the hallway, and tossed it out there. Then he went back to work. About 15 minutes later, his coworker walked up to him and casually mentioned that she had popped a balloon in the break room. He didn't think much of it. "Balloons pop all the time," he told her. "It's not a big deal." That's when she added something that made his stomach tighten. She said it popped because it was following her. He froze and asked one question. "Was it blue?" She said yes. At that point, the uneasy feeling turned into something heavier. He immediately decided to check the security footage from earlier that morning. What he saw made his stomach drop. On camera, the blue balloon can be seen drifting from the front of the store all the way back to his office, all within just a few minutes. But it wasn't just floating randomly. To get there, it would have had to make multiple sharp turns down aisles and around corners before somehow ending up directly under his desk. And that wasn't the end of it. After he threw it into the hallway, the footage appears to show the same balloon moving again, this time trailing behind his coworker shortly before it pops in the break room.
What the?
There's something deeply unsettling about watching an object move as if it has intention, especially something as harmless and ordinary as a balloon. In a closed indoor space, with no obvious gusts of wind or open doors, it's hard not to feel uneasy seeing it navigate corners like that. Some people believe it could have been a playful, though eerie, spirit choosing an everyday object to interact with. Others argue there might be a logical explanation, like subtle air currents or ventilation systems, pushing it along at just the right angles. But the timing, the path, the way it seemed to follow, it's difficult to dismiss entirely. Either way, it's the kind of footage that changes how you look at something as simple as a balloon, and somehow, it doesn't feel so harmless anymore. The PORCH doll. This next clip was posted by a TikTok user known as Mama Lady 6. She said she was out for a peaceful evening walk in the mountains near Leybeck, California, during a local Wait Till Christmas event. It was supposed to be one of those calm, cozy small-town nights. Quiet roads, cool air, holiday spirit in the distance. But then she noticed something that completely shifted the mood. As she walks along, she slowly turns her camera toward a nearby house. And the moment it comes into view, you understand why she felt so unsettled.
Look at this. What the? I thought it was a person for a second. Don't go in that house because you're gonna die.
There, sitting on a chair on the front porch, is a tall, eerie-looking doll. It's positioned upright, facing outward, almost like it's watching the road, watching her. It doesn't move. Nothing supernatural happens. There's no sudden jump scare, and somehow, that makes it worse. There's something deeply uncomfortable about seeing a human-shaped figure just sitting there in total stillness, especially in such a quiet, isolated mountain setting. The stillness of the road, the darkness creeping in, and that unmoving figure on the porch create a scene that feels like it was pulled straight from a horror movie. Maybe it was meant as a decoration. Maybe it was someone's idea of a joke. Or maybe it's just a very strange sense of style. Either way, it's the kind of sight that makes you walk a little faster and avoid looking back. The rolling PRAM. Over on TikTok, a user called RWB Auctions shared security footage captured inside an old antique house at around 2 o'clock in the morning. The building was completely closed at the time. No staff, no customers, no one who should have been inside. And from the very first seconds of the clip, something feels wrong. The camera shows an antique baby pram already in motion, slowly rolling across the floor on its own. There's no one near it, no visible push. It just moves. At the exact same time, a hallway light in the background starts flickering on and off, like something is interfering with the power. According to the uploader, everyone who works in the sales room was genuinely shaken after seeing the footage. And honestly, it's not hard to understand why. There's something uniquely unsettling about watching an old pram glide across the floor in a silent, empty building, especially a building filled with historic objects that already carry a sense of age and mystery. Some people believe it could have been a spirit interacting with its surroundings, maybe even attached to the pram itself. Others suggest a more practical explanation: slight floor vibrations, uneven surfaces, or electrical issues that just happen to line up at the same time. But the fact that both the pram and the light reacted together makes it harder to dismiss as coincidence. Either way, if you worked there, you'd probably think twice about staying after hours. Because an antique house is eerie enough in the dark. It's a whole different story when it starts moving on its own. Tree watcher. A young woman says that for weeks, something hasn't felt right in her house. Late at night, when everything is supposed to be still, she hears it. Soft footsteps, faint shifting sounds, subtle movement that doesn't belong. Every time it happens, she gets up to check. She looks around carefully. Doors are locked, windows are intact, no signs of forced entry, no one there. But the noises keep coming back. Night after night, the same pattern repeats, slowly building that quiet kind of fear that's hard to explain. Then one night, it changes. The sounds aren't coming from inside anymore. They're outside. She grabs her phone, starts recording, and slowly walks toward the direction of the noise, trying to steady her breathing.
If you see another person that looks identical to you, run away and hide.
If you see another person that looks identical to you, run away and hide. As she approaches her open garage door, her camera points toward the yard, and then she catches it. Just beyond her property, partially hidden behind a tree, there's a pale face. It's completely still, watching. There's no visible body, no movement, just a head peeking out from behind the trunk, barely exposed, as if it doesn't want to be fully seen. The moment she registers what she's looking at, panic takes over. She turns and runs back inside. Later, she suggests it might be something paranormal, some kind of unexplained presence caught on camera. But if that's the case, where was the rest of it? And what exactly was standing in her yard that night? The moving chair. An office security camera picked up something late one night. Something subtle at first, but strange enough that once you notice it, you can't unsee it. The room looks completely normal, quiet. Empty. Just another late night after everyone's gone home. Then, out of nowhere, a chair begins to move. Not a dramatic slide across the floor, but a slow, deliberate shift. The kind of movement you'd expect if someone were sitting in it, leaning back, maybe rubbing their face after a long day. Except, no one is there. It's well past working hours. No footsteps, no shadows, no one entering the frame, just an empty office, and a chair that moves like it's still being used. If this gave you chills, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more terrifying encounters.